Yo, yo, what up? Yo, what up? It's your girl Joy, the Hip Hop Parathon, and welcome to the rap session. So today we're going to be talking about the sun. Yes, the sun, fresh in the sign of Aries. Okay, so we are going to be talking about the sun conjunct Neptune, then it's going to conjunct Saturn and sextile Pluto. Okay. Yes. We are going to break down the energy. I got my notes here ready to go. But this time I didn't craft, the framework of a story like I normally do. I just wrote down my keywords. Okay. And I'm going to put the puzzle pieces together for you all during this session. Okay. So the sun is going to conjunct Neptune on Sunday the 22nd at 7 to 18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then on Wednesday, the sun is going to be conjunct Saturn. That's the 25th at 4:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then it will be sextile later that same afternoon. Sextile Pluto at 2:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to repeat these. We're going to talk about the exactitude, of these aspects. And we haven't really talked about a sextile, really. We barely have gotten into Saturn. But we're going to check it out. Okay. So I'm going to switch over. Let's get into it. And as always, we will be using the Astro Soul Oracle deck. Okay. And just so y'all know, I have no idea if my readings are going to be interrupted because of how I got the camera set up. So I'll just be hoping for the best, for real. Hope I don't get no interruptions. I mean, I do check periodically, but it is what it is. Okay. So all of this is in Neptune. Can you see? I know you can't see because of the gold, but I'm going to make sure that you get a little foil action. Okay, so first let's talk about the sun in and of itself. Okay, I chose some words that are not broadly associated with the sun because I want y'all to think. Okay, I'm trying to teach y'all here. Okay, I want you all to learn something, not hear the same old mundane stuff all the time. Okay. The sun, is all about validation, approval, a positive self-image, and in doing so, they like to entertain, impress, and it is also about the ability to choose, make one's choices, and obviously that can look like some type of self-expression, some self-concept, and intention. Intention. All right. And so we're going to go into Neptune. Neptune ruled by Pisces. Well, ruler of Pisces, 12th house. Okay. Neptune is about holiness. Charity, atonement, escape, self-destruction, beguile or to hoodwink or trick. Forgiveness, imagination, and psi ability. Psi ability is literally like your psychic abilities. That includes telepathy. What's the other pathy? It's not telepathy. The clairs. All of those things. Those are psychic abilities. Psi, PSI ability. And now we know that a conjunction, because we've had so much action with conjunctions, you all should be conjunction junkies, conjunction junkies, conjunctions, 0 degrees, conjunctions happen at 0 degrees, associated with the sign of Aries, Conjunctions are forceful, driven, self-motivated, exciting, united, obvious, but you single out the stronger planet. And here Even though Neptune is the collective planet, one of the outermost planets, the sun in this instance would be the stronger planet. Okay, so let's talk about Aries for a second. Okay, associated with the first house. Okay, associated with conjunctions. Ruled by Mars. Okay, so Aries is all about the need for basic trust. Okay, assertive, initiating, innocent, impatient, independent. Okay, it's all about survival, freedom, independence, and immediate gratification. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, we want what we want, the way we want it, when we want it. Okay, so let's put the story together. Okay, the Neptune and the Sun are meeting at exactly 1 degree. Okay, people who put a lot of emphasis on degrees will tell you that this is a very fresh connection, new connection. Okay, this degree, 1 degree, could also be associated with Aries because it's very early. It's first. Okay. Oh, yeah, I think I like this better. Okay. So, what would the Sun conjunct Neptune look like? Okay. Maybe there's something that is exciting. Okay, maybe you are excited to prove yourself, to prove that you have atoned for your wrongdoing. Okay, and so Day of Atonement means what? To atone means what? Where's my... Okay, good thing I brought the tablet out. I mean, I know what it means, but I want to make sure that we are all on the same page. Atonement. Amends, making amends, or satisfaction made from a wrongdoing or an energy. So basically like an apology, right? That's why the forgiveness is there. Okay? Maybe your intentions were pure. Okay? Your intentions were pure. But Neptune is saying you need to atone. You need to be forgiven, or you need to do the forgiving. But why? What is forcing you? What is driving you? What is motivating you to forgive or apologize for beguiling? When I say beguile, Beguile, it means to trick or to hoodwink. So you trick somebody and now you want forgiveness. It wasn't your intention for things to go the way that they went, but that's what happened. And now you have to atone. Okay? You have to apologize. Okay? You were trying to impress somebody, or you just made a choice. You made a choice. Okay? You chose to self-destruct or self-sabotage. You chose to do that because what? You thought it would be exciting? I don't understand. You thought it was going to bring you together? Like, what did you think? You were doing it for... I'll hold it. I'm going to hold it because I'm going to connect it all. Okay? Why? What was motivating you, okay, to make this choice to self-sabotage? Or maybe let's do another story. Let's do a different story. Because we can use all these words, or we don't have to use any of them. Okay? You, in seeking or trying to develop some type of self-concept, or you were trying to express yourself. Self-expression is creativity. Okay. You're trying to express yourself by using your imagination. That is how you entertain yourself. Okay. That's why you got to say it out loud, and then so it can make sense. Because it doesn't matter which word comes first. The sun word doesn't have to come before the Neptunian word. Okay. Neptune. Okay. You use your imagination to entertain yourself. Why? Because it's exciting. It motivates you. Okay. Because how else are you going to come up with develop the plan? And we're going to get to the plan when we talk about Saturn, right? Because this is 1 degree. This is something fresh, something brand new. Okay? Something brand new. So we are going to, let's replace Neptune with Saturn. Okay. So Saturn is meeting the sun on Wednesday. Okay. Saturn, ruler of Capricorn, ruler of the 10th house. Okay. This is a 4 degree exact. And when I say exact, I mean it is down to the degree, it is down to the minutes. It's only a difference of about 1 second. Okay. And so Saturn, let's get the Saturn verbiage. Prestige, order, authority, to obstruct, to inhibit, to overcompensate, ambition, duty, and productivity. Okay? So, isolating Saturn in the sun's conjunction. We're still going to use the same words for the sun. We're just going to match them with Saturn. Okay? So, let's talk about a positive self-image that clearly goes with prestige, okay, ambition, okay, the authority, but conjunction, forceful, driven, exciting, united, right? And even here with the conjunction, which planet do you think is the strongest? It's a toss-up on this one. It is a toss-up on this one. It wasn't a toss-up with Neptune because Neptune is, ruler of a water sign. They're going to go with the flow every time. Every single time. They're good with change, so it doesn't matter. Neptune can adapt to whatever the sun is trying to do. But Saturn is very stuck in its ways. To obstruct, to inhibit, to limit boundaries, right? So Saturn is constricting the sun, obstructing, blocking the sun. Ooh, blocking out the sun. Okay? So if Saturn is the authority, who is making the choice? Which one of these planets is making the choice? Saturn says, I'm in charge. And Sun needs that validation, that approval from Saturn, because Saturn has the prestige. Saturn is the authority, right? And so Saturn is trying to impress, the Sun is trying to impress Saturn instead of shining. Okay? So the Sun wants to express itself. Saturn is like, nah, not like that. Don't be so driven. Don't be so forceful. Take the excitement down a notch, right? It's not productive. Okay? I shouldn't have to force you to do anything. Okay? So, Saturn is telling the sun what to do. Saturn is trying to overcompensate because the sun is able to choose. The sun is very impressive. Okay? The Saturn is very impressed by what the sun is doing. Okay? Very impressed. But you'll never know. You will never know. So much so, I'm going to overcompensate so much so that you won't know who's doing what, where this drive is coming from, where is the motivation coming from. We don't know. We don't know. Because Saturn is overcompensated trying to keep up with the sun. Okay? So let's bring Neptune back in. I'm going to put Neptune here because Neptune is first. And you know what? We're going to do it like this. Let's do it like this because we got the room. We got the room. We have the space is what I mean. I mean, we do have the room. Clearly, I got the room. I'm in my house. Okay? Is that good? It's good. Okay. So, the sun, boom, going to Neptune, right? Why are you self-sabotaging? Why did you choose to self-sabotage? Why? Why? Because Saturn is doing too much. I can't deal. Overbearing, overcompensating. Okay, it's like we're working, but we're not having fun. We're working, but we're not having fun. And Neptune is like, man, forget that. I'm flipping tables. I'm going to knock all this shit over. Okay? I'm going to end it right here. Because you know Neptune is the final. Last zodiac sign, 12th house is the last house. Okay? It might not be the last planet. But in that zodiac wheel, Neptune ends it all. Okay? You're going to apologize. Neptune is going to make Saturn apologize for what it did to the sun. Okay? You are going to apologize, Saturn, for overworking. You was too ambitious. You were too ambitious. And I know some people are like, what do you mean too ambitious? You overdid it. You were too ambitious. You got too big for your drawers. Okay, you got too big. You got too big. Okay? And so Neptune is going to come and you are going to have to, the Saturn is going to have to forgive. Neptune is going to come, make Saturn apologize, okay, atone, and then the sun is going to have to forgive Saturn. Neptune is the buffer between the sun and Saturn. Even though the Neptune conjunction was first, Neptune and Saturn are already conjunct, guys. They've been butt buddies for months now. Okay? Pulling the little hair off. Saturn and the Neptune have been butt buddies for months now. Okay? And they are still within 5 degrees of each other. Okay? So Saturn went a little too hard and Neptune was like, soften it up. Soften up your delivery. You're too callous. You're too harsh. Okay? You slowing us down. We got to go. Aries, we got to go. We got stuff to do. We need to take action now. You are holding us back, slowing us down. Okay? The sun just got caught up. Trying to get approval, trying to validate itself outside of itself. Internal validation is all any person needs. You shouldn't be seeking validation from no man or woman, from no parents, from no child, nobody at your job, nobody friends, nobody online. Okay? You validate yourself. You are good enough. And I know your ego loves to hear it. And you love to brag on accomplishments and achievements, but it means nothing, okay, if you self-destruct, if you've been tricked, okay? Because where are you going to escape to? Where are you going? Nowhere. There's nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Okay? So now, let's get into the sun sextiling Pluto, because I love Pluto so much. I don't know why, but I love my boy Pluto. Pluto, I'm still gonna call you a planet, boo. I'ma still say you a planet. I don't care what nobody say. Okay? Okay. Sextile. Let's talk about the sextile. Well, first let's talk about Pluto. Let's talk about Pluto. Okay? Let's talk about Pluto. Pluto. This conjunction, this sextile will be in 5 degrees. Okay? Exact 5 degrees. Like I said, down to the minute. The only difference is a second or two. Okay? Pluto. It's all about purging, integration, catharsis, to demean, to entice, to terrorize. It's about power, sexuality, and your ability to heal yourself. Okay? Sextile, 60 degrees of separation. Also, you see integration right there, right? Sextile, just like the Aries is associated with the conjunction, Gemini and Aquarius are associated with the sextile, okay? 60 degrees is all about the mental stimulation. Like, are you intellectually enticing me? Okay. Sextile, curiosity, interest, to awaken, to arouse, learning, opportunity, learning opportunity. Two words together, one phrase. Learning opportunity. Like, this is your chance to learn something new, right? Learning opportunity. Value talents. Okay, if you have a sextile, that sextile in your chart will or should or may show you some talents that you have that you think are important or that are important to you. Okay, sextiles are also about enjoyment, pleasure, intellectual valuation, and aptitude. So sextiles, very, very smart angle, thanks to the Gemini side anyway. Aquarius is very, genius, mad scientist, but we'll get there soon enough. Oh no, we got to get there now. Okay, Aquarius, let's talk about you for a second. I forgot to do my zodiac verbiage, but I got it right here. So, Aquarius, revolution, humanitarian, eccentric, cool, impersonal, innovative, original, outspoken, enlightening, shocking, rebellious, detached, very objective. Okay? So, let's talk about the sun in Pluto. So, let's choose a different word for the... Okay. Entertain. We're going to use entertain, right? Entertain. How would Pluto entertain itself? What is entertaining to Pluto? Terrorizing people? Maybe. Demeaning people? Maybe. Purging, integrating. But that doesn't sound like realistic and practical, right? So, Pluto, let's go with the sexuality, okay? Let's say Pluto is entertained through, I don't want to use the word because I might get flagged or whatever, but let's just say smut. Maybe they watch smut on their phone or laptop or whatever, and maybe that's entertaining to them. Adult movies. That's a good way. Adult movies. They're entertained by adult movies. That's fine. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. They're interested. They are curious. It arouses them. So maybe you meet somebody and they need to watch a little something before they get to getting. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that, because guess what? Them adult movies might put them on to some new, new positions, new moves, okay? It might be innovative to the sex life, okay? You see right here, sextiles, where it says tools, skill, okay? They watching the movie so they can get some skills, okay? Develop more skills. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They're rebellious. And what they do in the bedroom might shock you. Okay. They might do a little something new. Okay. With no intentions to hurt you. Okay. Only intentions for your approval. Okay. They want the positive self-image. Like, okay, I'm putting it down. I did something with that, right? You see what I'm saying? All right. So what we're going to do now is bring everybody back. We are going to bring everybody back. Let's see. The Sun, Neptune, Saturn, Pluto. Okay. We're going to put the conjunction here in Aries. Okay. And then we're going to do the sextile Pluto in Aquarius. Okay. But you know what? Let me probably do this. Let's do it like this. The Sun. Boom. Sextile Pluto in Aquarius. And then you have Neptune and Saturn. Okay, let me see. It worked initially. But you know what? Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. And then we can do this like this. Okay? But the Sun is most definitely in the middle. Okay. So let's put together a full story. Let's put together the whole story. Okay. So, starting off here with Neptune. Neptune is holier than thou. Okay? Holier than thou. They are the buffer. The one that is intuitive enough to feel that something ain't right. I got to come in here and mediate the situation. Okay? I need to encourage everybody, stay positive, optimistic, all the things. Okay? So, Neptune, the Sun goes to Neptune, right? Because the Sun is the one making all these aspects to these other planets. The Sun goes to Neptune. The Sun is like, like I'm trying to impress Saturn. Okay. But they are way too excited. Impress. Okay. The Sun does want to impress Saturn, but Saturn is basically obstructing the Sun. Like the Sun is like, man, I'm trying to do, all this fun stuff. And when I go to ask Saturn for approval, I get shut down. I get blocked. There's a delay. Right? They're always obstructing. Right? Because they're trying to overcompensate to match my energy when they don't have to do that. Right? They just too excited. I'm got this natural high. Saturn just shutting me down, blocking me, but at the same time, it's trying to do what I'm doing. Stopping me from doing my thing, but trying to do what I'm doing. Like trying to mimic me, copy me. Right? And so Neptune got to come in and say, Saturn, you need to relax. You need to ask the sun for forgiveness. You need to atone. You need to apologize. Sun, you need to forgive. Right? Because if Neptune is the pastor, the preacher, the holy one, right? They doing this because it's charity work. Being the buffer, being the mediator is charity work. That's light work. Okay? Okay? So then the sun goes to Saturn. The sun is like, I was trying to impress you, but you were forcing me to do something I didn't want to do action. And Saturn didn't realize, oh, I was being too ambitious. I thought it was my duty. I thought it was my responsibility, okay, to tell you what to do. I thought I was the authority. I thought I was in charge. No, you're not. You're not in charge. I'm the sun. I'm the biggest star in this solar system. Okay? Okay? Getting creative. You got to get creative. Then the sun goes over to Pluto. And Pluto was like, don't bring that mess over here. Purge it. Get rid of it. Either that or you're going to have to integrate. Okay? Either letting it go, getting rid of it, or you're going to process what's going on. Because if you don't, I'm going to demean you. I'm going to terrorize you. By what? Rebelling. Okay? I'm going to rebel. I'm going to do all of the things. I'm very curious and interested, okay, in you, son. I'm very curious about you. You are arousing me. The sun is arousing Pluto. Don't bring that negative BS from Saturn over here. Okay? Because I will demean you like nobody's business. I will read you down. Don't come over here with me and bringing that mess. You need to transmute, transform, renew yourself, be reborn. Whatever it is you need to do it before you get over here. Okay? Wake up. Because when you come over here, it's all about pleasure. It's all about enjoyment. Okay? And if you are not stimulating my mind, if you do not mentally arouse me, you will be gone. I need more than body, yaddy, yaddy. I don't care how impressive you are. I don't care how creative you are. I don't care what your intentions are. If you do not add to my intellectual prowess, if you don't have the aptitude, if you ain't woke enough, get out of here. Get all the way out of here. Okay? I need somebody that's smart. Okay? Somebody that I can have a real conversation with. Somebody with the same interests as me. You over here with the mess. This is mess over here. Okay? Especially with this Saturn. Saturn is, baby. Because Aries is all about that freedom. So I don't know what Saturn going to do if Aries is about independence, freedom, autonomy, right? That's all the sun wanted. But Saturn was too constricting. We want freedom over here. Pluto was like, yeah, you can have freedom over there, but I am in charge. I got the power, okay, to either lay you down or smite you down. So what are you gonna do, son? What are you gonna do? All right, y'all. I hope this was good. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.